Hey friend, hi. I'm extremely happy to come back here and to share more stories with you, especially this one. This one is so special. It's gonna be a million stories within one. And this is actually the story that led me to you, to share with you all of this magic, all of this beauty, and wow, these hundreds miracles. So here it is. I hope I hope that I am clear enough and that I don't go everywhere because I have so many things to share with you. Wow. This is an exciting journey we are starting now. So yeah, let's just dive in. Exactly 2 months ago, I experienced the greatest expansion, energetic expansion of my life. Exactly 2 months ago, I was guided by life towards this person in Bali that facilitates and transmits Kundalini Activation Process, known also as CAP. Life really guided me towards this process. I have no information about Kundalini awakenings. I never knew about this process or experienced this before. It's just, those kind of synchronicities that just come once and then a second time in another form and then a third time. And then you're like, okay, there is something there for me. I have to answer the call. So this is what happened with CAP. I have this tendency of following life head first, jumping out of faith, not even knowing what it is about. So I just did that because, it's a thing I do with life now. I went to this CAP session, and what I lived there was going to change my life forever. Oh my God. That was only 2 months ago, but wow, what an expansion. Kundalini activation. What is Kundalini? So that you know a little bit. Kundalini is basically life force energy. It is our innate life force source energy present within us, present in everything. It's the spiritual intelligence that we have. It's all of our spiritual potential or essence potential within us. And this Kundalini energy is always active, but it can be even more activated. Or maybe I should say it's always awakened, because we talk about Kundalini awakenings as if our life force energy was dead before. It's not. We always have it. It's just sometimes stagnant or sleeping or not activated. Usually Kundalini awakening is one of the goals reached by the yogis that practice for years and years meditation, yoga, Kundalini yoga, to reach that state, that deep bliss state where all of our energy is being activated, is being fully expressed on all our bodies, physical, energetic, emotional, spiritual. All our entire multi-dimensional being is being awakened and taken to higher states, to higher dimensions of Him. And personally, I had no idea what this really meant in the concrete world of our reality, of our daily life. Like, what does it mean really? I don't know, I didn't experience it. And I didn't know what I was going to leave during the CAP session, actually. I knew it was a Kundalini activation, but I knew also that different kind of symptoms could appear, like unconscious movements of the body, or some kind of release, like screaming, crying, laughing, or just nothing physical, but also a deep state of meditation. Because that's all I did. That first session, I lay down on the yoga mat. I did nothing else. I was just relaxing, listening to the music playing. The facilitator was not talking. She was just here, holding space and helping channeling this very powerful energy. So laying there in just a few seconds, I have to tell you this actually, when I first arrived into the space, I could feel the energy so intense. Oh my God. It was buzzing in all my body. I could feel my energy body. It was so special for me. I wasn't used to that. Usually I could feel my energy in my hands, in my feet a lot, but feeling my whole energy body was, whoa, so new. And as soon as I entered the space, like we were maybe 10 people in a yoga shala, in the outdoor, and this woman was just emanating some amazing, pure light energy. Wow. So special. I was very hooked. She started explaining everything that I just explained and even more about this process, and explaining that this is the path of yin, the path of surrendering. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to have any expectation. This is just about being in full presence, in full surrender to what is, to what comes, to our own bodies, to our own energy. And after explaining this, she did a demo. So she took someone from the group that had done CAP before, and she did a demo. She put some music and she channeled, and she let the energy move her, and her hands started to move, and the person receiving the energy was in full surrender. Her whole body started to move in the most honestly crazy and beautiful ways, and I was crying. I was crying because I could feel in my heart, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And at this moment, I knew, I felt it in all this energy I was feeling so potent in me, around me. I knew that this was a gift from life. I didn't know that it was just the first of so many in 2 months. So yeah, here it is, my first experience with CAP. Wow. Oh my God. As soon as our session started, we lay down. The music was quite loud. We just closed the eyes. She asked that we keep our eyes closed and we just surrender to whatever is. This is just the meditation. There is nothing to wait or expect. Just let it flow. And for me, it was like a true calling that I was there, because in the first few seconds, oh my God, my body started to shake so strongly everywhere. I wasn't inducing any movement, any effect. I was just observing my body moving by itself. I was quite shocked. It was the first time that I kind of didn't have control, I was just surrendering and seeing my body. And this pull by this energy that came from the space, from that woman, that came to just resonate directly with my Kundalini, with my life force energy, with my essence. It came resonating. That energy within me was ready to receive this activation, to be activated, to be resonated. It was ready, and in a second, I was completely in the flow of that powerful, beautiful Kundalini energy activation. So, wow, I can tell you some of the effects that I experienced. Of course, my body was shaking everywhere. My body starting to get up. My torso got up. My legs were going up. My hands were moving in all kinds of ways, doing mudras. And these kind of movements were so unconscious. It doesn't feel like movement when you, for example, move your hand now. You clearly direct the movement. You can feel it in some ways. Well, those movements during the CAP was not like that. It was more like saccaded. I don't know if you know that word. It was more like tuck, 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 tuck. And I was really the observer. I was not initiating it. It was so special to experience in your own body. So I was just observing that physical things happening. But I could feel this flow of, oh my God, so powerful energy everywhere within me. I never felt such an energy. It was coming up and down my spine, and it was going rounds and circles, and oh, wow. That was so powerful. I was conscious the whole time, just observing, being quite shocked because I didn't expect any of it, you know? And yeah, my body just kept doing that for 1 hour. It was quite exhausting, actually. I was sweating. It was like a workout session. The body moving just in every way. And I had some release. I was laughing. I was crying. I was just expressing with the voice. Honestly, what I lived during this hour was extremely intense, extremely powerful. And I had no idea that this was my first Kundalini awakening, my first Kundalini activation, the full experience of it. Because when the session ended, oh my God, I was completely spaced out. Completely. I was very, very high. It took me a long time actually to ground again, because when I came back and the music stopped, I sat down and I could feel all of a sudden my energy body, which means that way beyond my skin, I could actually not feel my skin anymore. The extremities of my body, of my arms, my legs, I could not feel that anymore. I could only feel myself buzzing, my vibration vibrating, my energy buzzing all around me, all inside me. I only felt that. That was, whoa, incredible. My third eye was almost painful in the middle of my forehead, in between my eyes, because my third eye, physically, I could feel it on the face, that it was pushing. It was like expanding so much. And for the next 3 days, luckily, I went straight to the ocean, Uluwatu, where I live now. And I could really rest by the ocean, by the water, to help me face and integrate that incredible experience I just had. Because what I didn't tell you actually is the feeling, emotional feeling I had during the session. And it was honestly one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced. It felt like coming home. It felt so natural, everything happening, all this craziness inside and outside of me. It felt so right, so natural. It felt like my pure essence was there, just leading the way, expressing itself fully dominant in my frequency. Oh wow, what a blissful state. So after this, like I told you, I stayed quite high. And for the next 3 days in the room my friend lent me to the ocean, next to the ocean, I stayed in that state the whole 3 days, completely high, not feeling my skin, just feeling pure vibration energy. I couldn't see. I was seeing everything blurry. My third eye was popping out, my crown chakra as well. And I was in that condition, just honestly sometimes freaking out, because even at night, I was like this. I was just a ball of energy laying on a bed. And it was quite impressive for me, because I never experienced this Kundalini awakening before. So clearly, I was just, during the cup session, presented to a very, very high frequency that my body didn't know before. And my body was so ready. That's why life led me to that. I was so ready to live the full experience and to upgrade. Really, it's just the best word to find. Upgrade its own frequency to that high frequency that was presented. So my own energy resonated with that and then got attuned to it. So then those 3 days, what happened is that my physical body, emotional and mental, all of my bodies really, were integrating this new frequency that was now ours, mine. So it was just a catching up of all of the parts of me to that new vibrational frequency. So yeah, I stayed alone in nature. Luckily, it was so beautiful. I seen a few friends that I could share the story with. And oh my God. It was always absolutely weird to talk about it. To share it with words. I hope really that the words I choose today, or the energy that goes through them, can acknowledge this incredible, beautiful, powerful experience I had that day. because it was really incredible. So yeah, I just had my first awakening of Kundalini energy. And the only thing actually I could do was surrender. Surrender fully to the process. Surrender to that new experience, to that new upgrade of myself, of my life, that actually Source was guiding me to. I could just surrender to all of it, not ask too many questions that my mind was not yet clear to answer or to get the answer, because they were already there. I just couldn't see them. It was very impressive for the mind. But yeah, the only thing I did was fully surrender. Wow. Honestly, it was not that hard, because feeling that powerful, natural energy flowing so purely inside of me was the only proof, the only guidance I needed. You know, it's not even a concept anymore. I can feel that this is real, that this is beautiful, that this is me. So I just decided to let me, the true nature of me, express itself in this body, in this reality, in this life. And whoa, after this integration of the upgrade in my frequency, my life just started to look like a miracle, a living miracle, full of blessings and instant manifestations. I have so many. I started a list of those, the tiny one, the huge one, everything that would happen. I think about something, it's there. I ask something, it's there. I need something, it's there. It's incredible. I think I will actually tell you some of these manifestations that happen in my life, some of these incredible synchronicities and gifts. Maybe I tell you a little bit of this list, because I just want you to feel this expansion I mentioned, why I'm doing this podcast, and those last 2 months. So maybe we start like this. I was feeling so held, so supported, so guided. It was really a new feeling, like a new state of being, anchored in my physical body, actually, also in my heart. It was a deep knowing that was starting to settle here in the core of my heart, the core of my being. The deep knowing that, whoa, I am so guided, I am so held, and I always had faith before, but this was starting to look like experience of faith. So what started to happen? First of all, those few days, the first week actually, after this session, after this big activation, I started to heal for real, heal from my previous relationships ending, heal from my previous life that ended, heal from all of this old version of myself that I was letting go. So it was not all fuzzy. I was crying a lot. I was feeling confused and lost. But I could see that all of these emotions were actually stored inside of me, and I could now release them. So what happened after this healing, or maybe in between, I have no idea, or maybe it was during this CAP session, this first session, is that this activation I received from Source cleared some of the most anchored blocks I had in my energy body. As everyone, we can have and walk with cellular memory or blocks, energy blocks from past experiences that still block us in our daily life now. And I had quite the blocks around abundance, especially money, that I tried to work on for years, but I could feel that the energy block was really present, and that, I was just not yet to find the way or the moment that it would be unlocked. Well, Kundalini Awakening unlocked it. It feels like it unlocked the last or some of the pieces that would stop me from direct, instantaneous abundance with ease, with grace. I started, attracting incredible things in my life. The first thing that I can think of is working with a kirtan band here in Bali that I love deeply. Here in Bali, kirtan is the highest practice I love. It's so much joy. It's so much open heart. It's so elevated. Oh my God, the moments we live when we sing these mantras together are just everything to me. And there is this one band here in Bali that are absolutely, just gorgeous. And I was friends with the leader of this kirtan band. And a week after my CAP activation, I suddenly was involved with them to help them coordinate their retreat that they were organizing here in Bali. That would happen, I think, the week after. So talking with my friend, and I really wanted to participate in this retreat, but I didn't have the funds to do that. And we came to an agreement because he needed help with the coordination and the organization of technicalities during the retreat. And I was so happy to be able to help him. And in exchange, he offered me this training, this Bhakti retreat here in Bali. And that was such an amazing moment for me to just connect with them, connect even deeper with Bhakti, with Kirtan. I deeply needed that for my own healing process, for my own journey and where I was at in my life. And wow, this experience was everything, really. Just working with them, being in the Sangha, and being in service, of making this whole thing happen for the people showing up and wanting to connect more with devotion and kirtan and the specific amazing souls that were leading that. So I felt extremely blessed, extremely special to be chosen to do that. And I also enjoyed the retreat itself so much. Oh my God, I learned so much. It was everything to me. Wow. And actually a few days later, or weeks maybe, I don't remember. But I realized that 3 months ago, I was talking with a very dear friend of mine. And we were talking about this kirtan band because we just had participated in one of their kirtan. And I don't know why we talked about that, but since I love playing harmonium and singing as well, we were joking about, what if one day I work with them or for them? That was 3 months ago. And there it was. It happened, manifested. Whoa, that was just everything, insane. The same week, there was this amazing festival here in Bali called Bali Bloom, organized by some amazing people from this community we have here. So it's a festival very for spiritual practices, self-development, full of workshop, but also full of dancing and playfulness. Apparently, it's said to be the best event of all year in Bali, and everyone is going. But again, at the moment of the sign-ups, I didn't have the money for that. And I didn't know what to do. I thought, before CAP and everything, I thought, this is just not for me. I don't have the resources to go there. Then CAP happened, and then I met my friend at a restaurant, and this friend, we were talking about this festival, and he said, oh my God, you were not here last year, but really I was, and it's the best. You have to go. This is where I met all of my friends, all the community. This is so amazing for the connections here. And when he said all that, I was like, oh my God, this is for me. I want it too. And then he mentioned to apply for the hardship that was offered to just a few people by the organizers. So I did. I was like, wow, why would I get it, Why would I get it more than someone? And then he said, well, do you have the money for it? And I said, no. Are you currently struggling with the money? And I said, well, kind of, yeah. And he said, then it's exactly for people like you that currently don't have the money to do that, but feel like they really have to be there. And when he said that, this kind of gave me the permission to say, oh yeah, actually it is for people like me, this hardship that they offer. So I applied, and yeah, a week later I got in. So I was offered the best festival in Bali, and was offered this amazing support, amazing help by these amazing people, and I could go there, and it was wonderful. I learned a lot. It was a very important weekend actually for me and for my own process. So wow, so grateful for that, so grateful. Actually, a tiny manifestation that happened at this moment is that someone I met 1 year ago, only once, a dear person that I really cherished the time that I had with this person. I never saw him again in 1 year. I don't know why. Before going to the festival, I thought, maybe this person will be here. I don't know why. That person is not even in Bali anymore. But that was a thought in my mind. And I said, oh yeah, that would be cool to see that person. I go to the festival and boom, there he was. The person I was thinking about, I never saw in 1 year. That was so funny. I'm looking right now at my list of all this incredible manifestation. All right, there is one that's very interesting. My friend Anya gave me visualization for allowing myself to receive more money. So it's a beautiful visualization meditation that you do, where you basically, there's a few steps, but you visualize also at some point money falling from the sky, raining on you everywhere around you, and just money flowing easily. What I did during this, it's quite amazing. During the visualization, I don't know why, but I did visualize IDR, which is the currency here in Bali. So I would visualize bills of 100,000 IDR, which is like 6 euros. So I would see all those bills, tons and tons of 100,000 IDR bill everywhere. Well, that was a week before the immersion with the Bhakti retreat that I told you about. During this week, I was, like I said, coordinating all the technicalities, and I was in charge of the money. So in my purse, at all time, I had an envelope with tons of bills of 100,000 IDR. And I thought that was so funny. Oh my God, that was so funny, because it's exactly what I visualized. It's just that I wasn't very precise. It was not my money per se. I did have that money all around me. That was so funny. Okay, another fun story. Throwback to the festival. I manifested a kiss in 2 minutes. Not even. We were, one of the events during the festival was a cabaret. And during the cabaret, the host was it was getting a little playful, a little, naughty. And there were like this devil going around in the audience, just whispering stuff and achieving the desires of the audience. So the host made us eyes closed and asked us with eyes closed, what do you desire right now? And I was eyes closed, I had my friends around me. And the only thing that arrived at this minute was, oh, I want to be kissed. So we stayed eyes closed for like 1 or 2 more minutes. And then all of a sudden, one of the devil, a person I know, approached me and asked me, so what is yours? So you have to picture this. All of the audience is eyes closed. No one is looking at anyone, which means that when the devils come to you to realize your wish, it stays between you. And it's like this very secretive, very playful moment. So this person approached me and he asked, what do you desire? And I open my eyes, I see him, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot tell him. this is weird. Like, what? So I said, I can't tell you because I don't want to lie. So I'd rather not tell. And he said, no, you have to tell me. What is it that you said you desired? I said, well, I did desire a kiss. And there he comes and he kisses me. And it was beautiful. It was such a sweet moment. So yeah, that was a very instant manifestation. Oh, wow. I have so many of these tiny stories. So many. Like, for example, I was on my scooter. This whole happened in the same few weeks. You have to like visualize it. I'm on my scooter and I think of my friend that I haven't seen in a while. I turn my head. I'm literally like in the middle of the road. There is 1 hour, 30-minute road trip to go from one city to another city. That's sometimes here people we do, but it's not often. We don't do that every day, God. We just do that when we travel from city to city. So I'm literally like in this big traffic. I think about my friend. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see her in a while. I turn my head and there she is. Oh my God, on her scooter. Like, what? The same crazy drive. I arrived around Ubud. So the road is almost ending. And again, I think about another friend that I haven't seen in a while. And boom, there she is on the scooter. What? This is so random. So random. It's so beautiful. And this is just literally things that are present in my field naturally since this Kundalini awakening I experienced. It's like blocks were completely lifted and allowing me to be so connected with the now, so connected with source, with life and what is happening. And it's like telepathy, you know, having information right before it happened, or in the other way, putting an information out in the field very naturally just with a thought. And there it is. It's like there is no block. Maybe my mind was unlocked. Maybe everything, I think, on my own experience and understanding of it, it's like everything standing in between my pure essence, which is always there within me, and its full expression, its layers of mindfuckness, beliefs, limitations, energy blocks, emotional cellular memories, stuff like that. It's all layers that we accumulate throughout life. And it feels like this awakening just lifted some of those weights, some of those layers and blocks, and everything could flow way easily. So this has been 2 months that it flows that easily. And I have so many more stories to tell you. Wow. Like the craziest actually are coming. And I think I should make another podcast about it because it's going to be epic. Really. The most incredible experience of my life is coming. And I will share every piece of it. It was the greatest gift I could receive. So yeah, I think I will stop here for those manifestations. I know there is so many more. But yeah, let's keep it here. I'll catch you on the next episode.